I am Amanda Robinson. I am the Digital Gal, and welcome back to another episode of What in the Ads is Going On. There's always something going on when it comes to ads, especially when it comes to Facebook advertising. So for those of you that are catching the replay right now, I want to give you the special heads up. You're going to get a super secret special word. That word is spectacular. If you grab that special word, spectacular, I think I can say this right, and you wander on over to the Digital Gals Facebook page and you put a comment with that super secret special word, spectacular, on any of my posts in there, then you will get the chance to chat with my BF, my bot friend, not my boyfriend, and you can get a little secret surprise. So that's my surprise for you, the replay viewers, and now that we've got folks popping on watching live, you're going to have to go back and watch the replay at the end of this to get that. Anyhow, so welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about, are you feeling a little bit lost when it comes to Facebook ads? Yeah, don't worry, you're not alone. There are a lot of business owners out there, and even if you think you knew Facebook ads, it's been rapidly changing, and Facebook keeps bolting on new segments and new features and new programs on top of all of it. And things are just doing sort of musical chairs in the background, and it's getting a little confusing. So I will show you exactly what I mean by how confusing that is in just 2 seconds. Let's get this party started. All right, so let's talk about how Facebook ads can get a little confusing. And if you are dropping in and watching this live, I can see folks coming in right now. Drop me a little comment. Let me know that you're here. I like to give you a nice little shout out. This show, of course, is sponsored by Restream. I am currently broadcasting to you from the Ecamm studio, but I am using Restream to multi-stream this to multiple channels. So that's why you may be seeing me on the Facebook page. You might be seeing me inside of one of the Facebook groups. You might be seeing me on YouTube. You might be seeing me in lots of different places. I'm everywhere. Not really. I'm just hanging out here over in Ecamm broadcasting with the Restream studio, and that's why I get to do some really cool things. You'll see me pull up some little bits and pieces and do some things in this studio that you can't do in a different studio, but if you want to start live streaming, Restream has their very own studio, and you get to see me demo that and use that every Thursday. I've got 2 shows. This one that you're watching on Wednesdays, this is all, we're going to geek out on ads in this one. And then I've got the video marketing show on Thursdays, and that's broadcast right from the Restream studio, so you get to see a whole kind of look at all these different video marketing tools. Now with that, let me just kick off. So actually, let me kick off with some news first. We'll dig through the news, and then we'll go back and actually dig into today's topic of how helping you navigate around Facebook ads without getting lost. So basically, we're going to create a roadmap today, and I'm going to be like your guide. I'm going to be like your guide, and I'm just going to help walk you through all the different areas that you could get lost when it comes to Facebook ads. And this is through the experience of Evie's in the house. Yay! This is from the experience of helping several business owners all the time walk through how to navigate Facebook ads and all the different places they get lost into. So I'm here to go and like grab you from that lost cavern and pull you back into Facebook ads reality and help you navigate. But in the meantime, there are some things that are changing with Facebook as per usual, which is the entire point on why I made this show of what in the ads is going on, because it's always changing. So Facebook, the buzz going around the block today is that Facebook is going to be removing Facebook Insights. And a lot of people are seeing the headline just saying Facebook removing insights. And people are, Facebook Analytics. Here I am spreading the wrong information. Facebook Analytics. Facebook is killing Facebook Analytics. What does that mean? Well, let's go take a quick peek at that article. Let me pull it up here. Oh, there we are. Throw myself down on that little screen down here. So Facebook Analytics are going away. Have no fear. Do not worry. 99% of you have not been using analytics anyway. Can we just take one hot minute and give a giant shout out to my sister who is actually tuning in? I rarely get to see my sister here on live while we're live, so thank you. Reg, love you. I miss you. It's good to see you. So Facebook Analytics, don't freak out. 99% of you aren't even using Facebook Analytics anyway. Facebook Analytics is a more robust analyzing tool that it's a whole other separate area of Facebook ads that we're probably not going to dive into today because eventually it's going to go away at the end of June, they say, June 30th, 2021. Facebook Analytics was it was kind of a cool tool to dig into to really analyze your Facebook ads performance, your pixel information and data. It's almost like a miniature Google Analytics where you could see what was going on your website. So from website visitors, amount of time spent on page, top countries, demographics, you could pull a lot of information from in there. Same with analyzing your Facebook page. So think of digging into your Facebook page information, your what we would typically know as your page insights. You could take that to the next level within Facebook Analytics. Now, where I see this going, the problem that I'm seeing, let me pull that back up here. The problem I'm seeing with, not even a problem, I have no issue with Facebook taking analytics away. Barely anybody is using it in the small and medium-sized business space, and that's kind of where I like to operate with small businesses, entrepreneurs, and working with real estate. Most of you are not touching analytics. Facebook, the analytics tool, is well used for people who have high volumes of ad dollars that they're running through, and they have an entire funnel built out, and they want to be able to analyze their funnel in the different various areas. They can build a visual, they can pull in a whole visual dashboard of what that funnel looks like. Well, most people who are operating at that level are using some kind of third-party tool, things like HubSpot, or they're using some type of CRM system or a landing page service that helps them understand what's working in their funnel, what's not, and gives them visibility to all of that data anyways. Plus, the Facebook Analytics tool was a little bit clunky, wasn't very pretty, wasn't very user-friendly, and for that reason, that's why any clients that I work with, I don't even show them Facebook Analytics. Personally, I actually connect them in with Agora Pulse. Agora Pulse is what I use for all of my social scheduling and my reporting. Reason being, the reports are super sexy. They are so easy. They're beautifully laid out, but they're still robust. They're not distilled down to a degree where they don't make any sense. They're still really, 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 really awesome, but easy to read. So that's why I right away I plug my clients into Agora Pulse simply for the reporting, for organic and ads reporting is kind of, those are the regular recurring reports that I give them. Then I also use other tools within Facebook for analyzing the data on what's working and what's not working with your ads. So in the end, ultimately, the analytics tool, I'm really not sad to see it go. Totally not a problem. In week 4 of the 4-week Facebook Ads Bootcamp, I teach reporting and optimizing. So I teach you how to read all your results. We spend just a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy amount of time in the analytics tool because I spend the rest of the time teaching you how to actually read Ads Manager, read all the results in there so you can actually see what's working and what's not and make changes with your ads. So analytics, I'm sorry to see you go, but I'm not sorry. Bye-bye. It's going to be going away. So let me know. That's my opinion that I'm sharing with you. I would love to know if someone is watching this who has a different opinion, who has ever used Facebook Analytics with any success. So if you're sad to see it go, if you've never used it, let me know in the comments. If you have never touched Facebook Analytics before, yeah, that would be interesting. The other little bit of news on the street is, let me go back on my little screen share here. The other bit of news on the street is that Facebook is now letting users and pages turn off comments on their posts. Now, this is not in effect yet, or it's rolling out apparently, but most of us don't have it in our accounts. What that would look like is if you were to go to your Facebook page, for example, let me just pull I think this is my page. This is my page. There we go. So, and you can see I'm live up there. But let's pretend, for example, I click on this little 3-dot menu here. Let me move. Yeah, my face is okay there. I have some options in here, and those options are things like edit post, delete post, turn off notifications, turn off translations, etc. But one option that most of us do not have, and typically traditionally have never had, is the ability to turn off comments. So I can't lock that post and turn comments off. That's a feature that has been available inside Facebook groups, where you can just turn commenting off. That's it. No more comments on a particular post. You can do that in groups. You have not been able to do that on public pages. The reason being, think of it like a public billboard, where that information, you're putting it out there. People are allowed to share their public opinion, and you can ban users if they are leaving inappropriate comments. You can hide comments. You can delete comments. So there are lots of ways that you can moderate comments on a public page, but when you start tipping into pages that are super high volume, think news sites, for example, If you have a news site that is legally required and responsible to moderate the comments to prevent things like defamation of character, hate speech, things of that regard, then it's too high volume to keep up with in moderating those comments or applying filters to your page settings to prevent people from being able to leave comments in the first place with certain keywords that are negative. So it's a lot of manpower, ton of manpower that goes into moderating comments to keep everybody safe and keep it a healthy, safe space for everybody to participate in. Well, now that's changing in a good way. So now instead of all the manpower it takes, Facebook is going to be giving the opportunity, the ability for pages or people, us individual people in our profiles as well, to turn off comments on particular posts. And that way it alleviates the responsibility of having to moderate any type of defamation. And then that allows the creators or the publishers to spend more time creating high quality content and less time investing hours into manpower to run around and moderate comments. So that's the positive side of it. The negative side that you'll see in conversations that seem to be floating around today is that some people believe it's killing the essence of Facebook altogether, in that Facebook is the place you go to have back and forth conversations with people where you have community. So if people have the ability to turn comments off, they could post very negative or hurtful or hateful things on their personal profile, turn comments off, and not allow anybody to call them out on it or dispute it or speak up against it or share their opinion on it. So that's where it kind of tips. It's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Now with that, you will have the option. Let me see if I can pull that screen share back up again for us here. As in this article, you'll have the option here to you'll see an option that'll say who can comment on your post. And then you have different layers to it. So you can either allow it public, anybody can publicly comment, allow it to friends only who can comment, and I'm assuming friends only, that would be related to if you're posting from your personal profile, or pages or profiles or pages that were mentioned with the @ mention when they're hyperlinked in the text. So anybody that was mentioned would be able to comment, but people who aren't wouldn't be able to. So that is very interesting to me, in my opinion. So I'm very curious to see where that is going to go. All right, so that's the latest in the news that's happening on the Facebook side of things. So now we're going to dig into the actual topic of today, of if you are feeling lost and you need help navigating around Facebook ads. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to give you a very quick, brief tour, a lay of the land of what you have going from Facebook. When you normally log in, you just type facebook.com and you're logged in, you're on your news feed, where to go from there. I'm going to walk you through a couple different pieces, and then I'm going to show you these puzzle pieces and why it's so confusing. Then we're going to make sense of it. Sound good? You ready to go with me? Okay, let's do this. All right, Jess, back into my screen share here, as I like to do. So here's Facebook. Looks pretty familiar, right? All right, so now on the left-hand side, what you can see down here, this menu screen down here, I can click on See More, and you have lots of different areas that you can navigate to in here. I can go to look at my pages. I can go to Ads Center, Ads Manager, Business Manager. I can go into Creator Studio, and there's tons of other areas that you can navigate into. I can go into Messenger. So this is your main menu on how to navigate into the different caverns of Facebook. And then from here, if I were to choose some of these options, I already have some of them fired up here for you. So say my pages, I have my page open. So this is my Facebook page. My Facebook page is different than my personal profile. So if I were to click on me, that little me up in the top right corner, we're going to go see me. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is me. This is my personal profile. Difference is people can friend me and I have to approve their friend request. This information isn't all public. Now, when we go over to my page, my business page, this is like a public billboard. Anybody can follow this page. The information I post on this page is public. I can't make it private. And that's, you can see the live video happening beneath me. So that is the difference between a profile and a page. And then we get into these other areas. What have I got teed up here? Then we have Ads Center. So you'll notice the menu screen on the left side here from my page. So if I was in my Facebook page and on the left-hand side here, had I clicked on Add Center, it's going to bring us into this screen. This is Add Center. Now, Add Center is different than Ads Manager. Ads Manager is the more robust tool that we can actually create ads to a higher degree of optimization. We can make a better use of our budget inside Ads Manager. We can also get a lot more depth in reporting, and we'll dig into some of the differences in that. Moving along, cruising along, some of the other areas that you can get lost in. Let me just go back to my home here. Let me go back to my feed. You can also click on the little house icon there. It'll bring us back to our feed. Wait for it. Wait for it. I love the braids and, of course, all the knowledge you bring. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. All right. So we've got, and you can see I'm live here. So on the left-hand side, again, all these different menus. Say, for example, I was going to go into Business Manager. So let's open that up. This is Business Manager. And again, I'm giving you a preview of these before I come back to the main screen and show you how all these puzzle pieces get a little more confusing. Just giving you a preview of what these things look like. This is Business Manager. Now, I don't have an example of Business Suite because I don't have Business Suite yet. How would I know if I did? Well, instead of it looking like this menu up here, it would actually physically say Business Suite right at the top on this side. The menu screen would look very similar to this, but it would say Business Suite right up here at the top. And then, whether you have Business Suite or you have Business Manager, you have Business Settings is a whole other area. Business Settings is more like your access control, where you can give permission to people to access your Facebook page, your different assets like your ad account, your catalogs. All of that gets housed inside these business settings. And then last but not least that we're going to touch on today, Creator Studio. This is what Creator Studio looks like. So from within Creator Studio, I am on the Facebook side of things, or I can click on the little Instagram side, and now I'm looking at all of the Instagram side of things. From here, I can actually publish posts to my Instagram feed or IGTV from in here, or I can flip on back over to Facebook and I can create a post that is going to go on Facebook. And then I can toggle back and forth between the two. I can also analyze my insights on both. Now I'm going to give you the heads up that when I was talking to you about Business Manager, which you're seeing right here, the new Business Suite, which I wish I had to be able to show you the examples, but I don't. I'm still in the old Business Manager, which I actually prefer way over top of Business Suite right now. Business Suite is still evolving and it doesn't have all the features packed into it yet. So that's why we're running two hybrid systems. Most of you are probably in Business Manager. Some of you are in Business Suite. But once you're in Business Suite, which I don't have, looks similar to this, Business Suite will allow you to kind of blend the functions that you can do inside Creator Studio. So you'll be able to post to Facebook and Instagram right from one place, rather than having to use a third-party tool. Here I still have to switch between the two sides to create individual posts for each. All right, so let's jump back. Let's bring my face back up here. So I wanted to show you what those things are. Now let me show you why this gets so confusing for business owners who are trying their best to make sense of it. Say you run into a problem with your Facebook ads, but you don't know the language of what area of Facebook you're stuck in, where you're getting the error, what you're having an issue with. So you try to describe it as best you can, but you interchange all of these different terms. So if you're interchanging these terms and asking for help in one of these areas, it can be difficult to help diagnose if you're lost. So let's get you found. So let's start with let's pull up some puzzle pieces. Let's play a little game here. Let's go like this. All right, so what do we got here? We have an ads puzzle. Okay, what do we have here? We got a business puzzle, a center, a suite. Can you see where I'm going with this? Settings. Let's move that off my face. We've got manager and Creator Studio. It's kind of self-explanatory right there. All right, so let me move some of these pieces over here. We'll just put these pieces over here in holding for now. There we go. And let's start with, we'll pull business over here. And we've got ads and business. So business, we have Business Manager. What is Business Manager? Well, Business Manager is this lovely thing right here. That's Business Manager. That's where we go in to, let me pull up my screen share and again show you what this is. Business Manager. All right, so Business Manager. And it gets confusing because there's Business Manager and then there's lots of other ones. So Business Manager is the first area that we're in. If I do a giant screen share, this is Business Manager. Okay? Business Manager. So in here we have we have different settings in here. We can navigate to different areas right from within here. That 9-Business Tools menu, by the way, is going to be your best friend. That's where you're going to find everything and be able to navigate into these different areas. So from Business Manager, and by the way, the easiest way to get into Business Manager is to just type business.facebook.com up in your browser and hit enter while you're logged into Facebook, and it'll bring you to either Business Manager if you have it, or it's going to pop you into, let's pop that back over there, or it's going to pop you into Business Suite. And what does Business Suite look like? Well, this is Business Suite. So that's the symbol for Business Suite right there. So Business Suite is different than Business Manager. Similar, it's confusing. If I go back in my screen share, technically I don't have Business Suite. I'm still stuck in Business Manager. They're very similar. The screen looks nearly identical to this. You just happen to have Business Suite up in the top left-hand corner, up yonder, up there. And you have some different functions. Some of those different functions include the ability to look at analytics and insights from blended both Facebook and Instagram all in one space. From Business Suite, you also have the ability to see your inbox, a blended inbox of Facebook and Instagram in one spot, so you can respond to any incoming messages. You also have the ability to post to both Facebook and Instagram from one place inside Business Suite. So this is Business Manager that I have. I don't have Business Suite yet. Some of you are going to log into business.facebook.com. You're either going to get Business Manager, which we're in now, or you're going to get Business Suite. And if you have Business Suite, it has that lovely little logo right there, and it'll say Business Suite on it. Similar functions, not quite the same. All right, so let's go park that over there. So we have Business Suite, we had Business Manager. These terms get interchanged all the time and confused. It gets very confusing. All right, so let's park those over there. And then we have Ads Manager. Ads Manager. Ads Manager is not Business Manager. I don't have an icon for Ads Manager, but I'm going to bring you into screen share here. I'm going to show you what Ads Manager looks like. This is Ads Manager. Inside Ads Manager, you create your ads. I like to use the analogy of calling it Santa's Workshop. So Santa's Workshop is where you actually go in and build the ads themselves. So this is where all the elves get to go in, actually tinker and build all the toys, build the cool things, build the ads that are being served out to people and sprinkled out there like magic across Facebook land. That is what Ads Manager can do. When you go to create an ad, hitting that lovely green create button, and I teach you how to do this in week 1 of the Facebook Ads Bootcamp. I teach you how Ads Manager operates all through week 1. And then, so we have, I can create, let's go new campaign, for example. And this is where I can choose all of these different objectives. Now I want to point out that Ads Manager is different than, let's put that over there. It's different than Ads Center. Actually, let's just put Manager, we'll stick Manager up there. Ads Center is different. So let's go take a look at Ads Center. So I think I've got that open. Yeah, here we go. This is what Ads Center looks like. Ads Center only really applies to when you're boosting a post. So if you're on your page and you hit that boost post button, you're going to be, you'll have the training wheels of Facebook ads, which is okay. If you are at that level where you're only comfortable boosting a post, you don't want to learn Ads Manager, you feel like it's overwhelming and you're not ready for that yet, that is okay. Boosting a post, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, don't boost posts, you're wasting money. You are wasting money, but it's a great place to start to get your feet wet. If you boost a post, that information is going to show up here in Ads Center. Anything that you create in Ads Manager with the more robust tool that Santa's Workshop of creating all sorts of really crazy, awesome ads, those are not going to show up here. So this is a huge area of confusion where business owners get confused. If you're working with somebody and they're building ads on your behalf in Ads Manager, but then you come into Facebook and Facebook's making Ad Center very prominent. Notice how this is my business, like my page, all the menu screen from me as a page administrator. Then notice how I don't see Ads Manager listed anywhere in here. I cannot navigate directly to Ads Manager from my page, but I can very prominently, very easily navigate to Ad Center. So this tells me that eventually I think Facebook is they probably have something up their sleeve to help us navigate in. And then there's this can't find Ads Center in Business Suite. I think with Business Suite you have a menu screen, and I think Ad Center might be one of the options in there. I'm not entirely sure because I don't have it myself to test. But you can definitely access Ads Center from your page. Not sure if you can access it through the other tools. But again, just keep in mind the biggest difference here is when you're in Ads Center. Let me scroll up so you can see Ad Center. Close that. Ad Center. This right now only pertains to posts that you've boosted posts. And you won't, ads that you create in Ads Manager will not show up over here. So that's where business owners get confused if they're working with somebody who's creating ads on their behalf in Ads Manager, and then they come in here, they're like, I don't see any ads, I don't see any results, I don't know why, are they actually running ads? And it can get a little stressful. So they're kind of on two different sides of the track, and they don't really talk to each other. So I'm not quite sure why Facebook is really pushing Ad Center front and center, but it's there. I'm sure that we're going to see more. Well, for example, even in this tools, to be able to see audiences, payment settings, domain verification, all of this right in there. There are more tools available through this than we've previously had available through the ads area of boosting posts. So that's what Ads Center is. So Ads Center is not Ads Manager. Ads Manager is not Ads Center. They both relate to ads. They both give you insights and reporting on ads, but they don't talk to each other. So that can get a little confusing, right? And then we have, let's talk about, we've got business settings. Let's go to business settings. So let's move all these guys out of here, bring our business back here, and we have business settings. And let's go back over because we've got Business Suite and we have Business Manager. Let me move my little puzzle pieces up here. All right. So you know that we have Business Manager, and that's again, analogies. Business Manager is where you go to give access control to people, where you can let them work on your page, your ad account, your pixel, your catalog. All of those business assets are housed inside Business Manager. Some of you have been upgraded to the brand new Business Suite, which can do similar functions. Not quite the same, but there are new features that are rolling out, and the whole purpose of Business Suite is that Facebook is trying to make it easier for business owners who will have a Facebook account and an Instagram account to manage it all from one place without having to have 300 different apps that you log into. Not that any of this is confusing, right? Yeah. Well, Business Manager or Business Suite both plug in and play and talk to your business settings. And if I go back into my screen share here, let's go over to business settings. So if I am in, so that was Ads Manager. This is Business Manager. Business Manager or Business Suite will be in here, but both of them have this lovely thing right here called Business Settings. When I click on Business Settings, it brings me to this screen here, and that's where you can add people, give access control to people to manage your page or be an editor or administrator on your page. So for example, I can add a person in here. I can add smalldog@thedigitalgal.com, and I can either give Smalldog employee access, or I can assign Smalldog to be a full-blown admin of this Business Manager account, which, keep in mind, if I do that, Smalldog can then kick me off as an admin. So you don't want to give admin access to anybody who does not actually realistically own that entire business. Everybody else should either be added in as an employee or added in as a partner. So this is access control. It's where you house all of your little assets, and it's like your home security system. You take care of the security aspect of everything in here and assigning access to who gets to work on what, and you house it neatly under one little roof. So these are all your business settings, and those are different than Business Manager or Business Suite. It's business settings is sort of like that, a sub menu, digging deeper in to change your settings inside of it. Now here's the other part that does get confusing. I wish I had this screen to show you. I don't, because I don't have Business Suite. But if you have Business Suite, where it gets confusing is if you're looking for this lovely little business settings button, there's also a big thing down here that is settings. And those are your Facebook page settings. They're not business settings, they're page settings. So when I'm navigating, when I have people that I'm talking to, helping them navigate through this, I'm like, okay, we're going to go on the left-hand side menu and we're going to click on we're going to click on business settings. The first thing they do is go boom, all the way down to where the first place they see settings. And that's helping me understand as I'm learning how to teach people how to manage all of these different pieces. It helps me learn the right language to help people navigate through these places, help business owners navigate to the right place. And it shows me how just darn confusing it can be as a business owner. All right, and then we have, all right, so business, you either have Business Manager or you have Business Suite. Both of them have business settings. That's what that is. And then let's get rid of all of these, and that. And then we get Creator Studio. Let's pull in the little boop. That's Creator Studio. So you can see how Facebook uses all these terms, but they kind of get interchanged very easily because they all sound very similar. Are you a business manager or business center? Are you an ads manager? Are you in business settings? Are you in Creator Studio? So they're all different areas, but they all kind of have spillover and do a lot of the similar functions. So remember how when we were talking about, this is Creator Studio right down here. And then we had Business Suite, which is this one right here. I want to put it in a better spot. I want to make it look prettier. Let's go Business Suite up here. And that's this thing right here. And then Creator Studio is this. All right, so Business Suite has the ability to post, how do you say this? Business Suite kind of brings your Facebook and Instagram business information all into one place, so you can see some stats on how your posts are performing. You can reply to people with your inbox, your blended inbox. You can, so there's stats, there's the inbox. You can also create posts, craft posts that you can push both on Facebook and Instagram. Whereas Creator Studio, you can do a lot of the similar things. Let me just do another screen share back in here and show you Creator Studio again. Creator Studio is similar, where you get lots of insights. So I can see performance insights on the page. I can see actual posts. One thing I do not have from within Creator Studio, I cannot see my inbox and can't reply to people and talk back and forth in a consolidated blended inbox with Facebook and Instagram messages all in one place. So I can't do that in Creator Studio, but I can still see how my posts are performing. I can still create posts right from here. And then I can toggle over into the Instagram side of things. And then same thing, I can create posts right from here. I can see how my posts are performing. I can have a calendar view of my different posts. So there's lots that you can do inside Creator Studio. And Creator Studio is fabulous if you're trying to analyze, like let's go into, it's very highly geared for video creators. And then I love these questions. You're right. So frustrating. Where is Creator Studio in Business Suite? It's not. It's not, as far as I know, it's not connected. So that's where, to navigate to all these things, the best place you can go is on your home screen of Facebook when you're just logged in as yourself. On the left-hand side screen here, this is ultra annoying. Let's see if I can scroll past that to make that go away. There we go. All right, so on the left-hand side screen here, as you're navigating down, this is probably one of the easiest places to find all of your little bits and pieces from your Ad Center. Remember, Ad Center is if you're boosting posts, they're going to show up there. But any ads that you create in Ads Manager, which is the more robust tool that you should be using, I really encourage you to learn how to use Ads Manager for creating and managing your ads, because that will create and manage ads on both Facebook and Instagram and give you more power, more optimization, make the best use of your budget for sure. And then down here I've got Business Manager, and you are either going to have Business Manager or Business Suite. And then if you scroll down, there we see Creator Studio. So from Creator Studio, that's how I can get into this area here, where you can analyze your video performance. You can see post performance. I don't spend a ton of time in Creator Studio, to be honest, but I do if I have any videos that I want to edit. Let me just put myself back up here. Yeah, if I want to go back in and edit any of my videos and edit my playlists for my videos, change my thumbnails on my videos, I can manage all of that from within Creator Studio. So there we've got, I think I've touched on all of those little bits. Do I have any other little bits? No. So let me just line these bad boys back up here again. And now I will pull off some of these little puzzle pieces because they are a little confusing, a little all over the map. But the whole purpose and point of all of these little puzzle pieces is to show you that what Facebook has all of these different areas here, like these. I always get myself turned around. Each of these are different tools. They're a whole different area of Facebook. They're almost like a different platform that ride on Facebook. They each have different functions, but some of their different functions cross over and blend with each other. So, for example, like we said with Creator Studio can post to Facebook and Instagram for you, but so can Business Suite. And Business Suite can post to both at the same time, I believe, whereas Creator Studio, you can post to Facebook or Instagram, depending on which side you're in. Business Manager operates very similar to Business Suite. They are almost identical in some ways, in the sense that they get to help you organize your business assets, your pages, your ad accounts, and your reporting. So those are in here. You can also do reporting on post performance right here, but you can't do reporting on ads performance from Creator Studio. You got to do that up in these areas, and you do that with Ads Manager. And yeah, so there's a lot of little bits and pieces. Let me pull some of these pieces down. Let me start getting rid of some of these so that it can make a little more sense. And get rid of that. There we go. Back to a clean slate. All right, so I've shown you all of these bits and pieces. How do they all talk to each other? What the heck is going on with all of them? Why is it so fragmented like that? Facebook is a giant app, a giant beast of an app. Actually, to highlight that point, let me show you. You also have corresponding apps, by the way, for each of these. So here are my apps. I know my green screen is kind of showing through. There we go. So we've got, you can see my Business Suite app, my Facebook Ads, which is essentially Ads Manager, my Analytics, Analytics is going to be going away. We know that. And Creator Studio. And then I have my Facebook app, which is, you don't see it, but it's down there, the actual Facebook app itself. All of these different little areas of Facebook are very robust. Like, I don't know if you notice, when I screen share on Ads Manager and try to navigate around Ads Manager, it takes forever to load. And sometimes my face gets a little like disco bally because it's taking a lot of computer processing for me to live stream and have my computer navigate through Ads Manager and have it load. It's a big draw on my internet connection. Facebook Ads Manager is a beast. Anything in the back end of the Facebook ads system navigating through there is a real beast on what it takes to actually load. There's so much information built into the back end that if Facebook tried to pin this all into one app under one roof, it would just collapse. It's too heavy. That's why way back, Facebook separated the Pages app from the Facebook app itself. So you'd have your Facebook app where you normally just operate on Facebook as per normal. And then they had a separate Pages app where you could manage your Facebook business pages and your inbox and everything from your pages. And you could post to your page. You could see your analytics and everything from that. That has now been renamed Creator Studio in the app. Or sorry, not Creator Studio, Business Suite. So as much as I'm sitting here and I'm telling everybody I don't have Business Suite, you clearly saw on my desktop I have Business Manager, not Business Suite. But what they've done is the old app that they used to call Pages, it has been replaced with Business Suite. Sorry, ignore the nails there. Ooh. But Business Suite used to be the Pages app. They're the same thing. It just got a facelift and now it's called Business Suite on the app. So that's what that is. But if Facebook tried to blend all of these things under one roof, it would cripple it. It's just too much load. It's too much information. So that's why Facebook has to have these different houses, essentially, so that different business can take place underneath each of these different roofs. And that's where it gets a little confusing because Facebook is evolving. And as Facebook is evolving and growing, they have to innovate and keep creating new areas. They're trying very hard to create solutions to accommodate the sprawl and growth that service these different umbrellas. So for example, some of you might not even know, Facebook has an entire gaming section where gamers it's very much like Twitch. Gamers can live stream, they can get stars bought for them, they can monetize their streams. So Creator Studio can be very, very effective and helpful for that. There's also there are a whole bunch of other areas that I'm not even going to show you of Facebook where you can, there's a whole bunch of other sections depending on what you're using Facebook for. But for most business owners, the tools I just showed you is the main area that you're going to operate in. There's the Brands Collabs Manager, for example, which is now getting morphed into something else. So they just have, Facebook is growing. They're growing rapidly, growing and sprawling and creating all of these different solutions, but all these solutions are too robust to live under the same roof. So they have to create all of these different areas. And what they're trying to do is move everybody from one area into the next. So I imagine at some point, all of us are going to be moved off of Business Manager and we're all going to be moved into Business Suite. The other area I didn't even touch on right now is the difference between Facebook, the new Pages experience versus the classic Pages experience. I am in the classic Pages experience, and I'll show you that. So here, this is the classic Pages experience. I know that because as I go down here, I still have, right here, I still have the number of people who like my page, and I also have the number of people who follow my page. Eventually, Facebook is going to be morphing into the new Pages experience. And when that happens, we're going to be losing the like counts, and it's just going to be replaced with the follower counts. But the new Pages experience, it's different. It's missing a whole bunch of features. It's conflicting with when you have to use Business Manager and some of these other tools that we're using for advertising. So if you flip into the new Pages experience, it can get even more confusing. So I highly recommend at this time not switching if Facebook gives you the option. You can always switch back if you needed to, but if you switch back, you're going to lose any of the posts, any of the content, any of the follows, page follows, new page follows that you got from if you converted into the new Pages experience. If you change your mind and you want to revert back, it's not just flipping back into a different system. It's literally going back to like an old, it's going back in time to go, okay, we're going to kick this whole version out. We're going to put you back into where you were. But the content that you created in the new one doesn't even exist anymore. So keep that in mind. Don't migrate into the new Pages experience yet. But what we're noticing is every time Facebook changes something, every time Facebook adds on a new system, a new feature, a new house to house all of these features, things don't always talk to each other very well. Things get broken, and it's very easy as a business owner to get lost in all of these different areas. So my hope for you out of this broadcast is that you can gather up the difference, just understand that there's a difference between all of these areas. You don't have to be able to navigate all of these flawlessly, but understanding that Business Manager and Business Suite are very similar. You either have one or you have the other. Both of those have business settings in them where you can operate, you can add people, remove people, give access control to people. Whether you're in Business Suite or Business Manager, we have Ads Manager. That's where you go to create ads using the full suite of ads tools available to you. Ads Manager is different than Ads Center. Ad Center only lives within your page essentially and talks to boosted posts. So the less robust, the more training wheels version of creating ads at this point in time will be represented in Ad Center. Now, this is as the time of broadcasting right now. This will change over time because as Facebook is switching on new features, blending more features, getting rid of old features, I think it's going to get a little bit blah 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 a little better consolidated is what I was trying to say. I think it's going to get a little better consolidated as we move forward, as they kick out old legacy things that aren't working anymore and replace them with new integrated features that talk to all of the different platforms as Facebook grows. I think that's why we're going through the growing pains of all of this right now, and it sucks. And if you are new at Facebook ads, I'm sorry, because this was so much easier 5 years ago. It's way easier 10 years ago or 8 years ago, however long ago that was, where it was just you log in, click a button, and you're good. Now it has just, it's kind of like urban sprawl. It's like if you were in the city and the city was very simple and now the city has grown, everyone's outgrown the city, and now there's like these bedroom communities everywhere. All these different tools are like these giant bedroom communities of Facebook ads, but they all pour into one main system. So it does get confusing. I'm so sorry if you're stuck in that as a business owner. It will get better. Daryl is watching. Daryl Nelson, the portal arrived. Yes! Daryl is was the winner of the Facebook portal that I was giving away as part of the Digital Gal contest. If you go to thedigitalgal.com/contest, it's going to bring you to a contest entry page where you can enter your email. It's going to subscribe you to my email list. Nothing wrong with that. That's where you get notified of when these shows go live and what the topics of these shows are. And Daryl had entered and he won the Facebook portal. I also want to give a shout out to Shannon. She had won the Kate Spade purse. That was also shipped out. She'll be getting that next week in the mail. But guess what? I have another one of these to give away. I sure do. So if you're not already signed up for that email list, make sure that you head over to thedigitalgal.com/contest. Enter your email, and you can be the next winner of the next prize, because I like to give stuff away on my live streams, because I also want to get you on the email list so that you know when these shows are going live. Speaking of shows and news and things that are going live, I have another cool thing lined up for you. If you or anybody you know is in real estate, I have a real estate Facebook ads workshop. It's a condensed version of the 4-week Facebook ads bootcamp, and it's happening on April 13th. It's all real estate focused, and it's all focusing on the real estate tactics that are working right now. Well, the market is hot. Things are selling like hotcakes, but you still need to have your marketing in place and still need to be capturing all that attention span so that your competition isn't eclipsing you while things are very volatile in the real estate market. So if you want to do that Facebook ads workshop, if you are already a member of the Swift Kick in the Ads bootcamp, sorry, this is not the bootcamp. If you're already a member of the Swift Kick in the Ads membership, if you're one of my members in my membership, you get this for free anyway. So if you are in real estate and you want to learn the current strategies that are working right now, there's a 4-hour bootcamp workshop happening on April 13th. And it also gives you, if you sign up for that workshop, it gives you free access for life to the Facebook ads bootcamp. And the bootcamp kicks off again. That's the live version of like the live training that goes across 4 weeks. That starts May 4th. So the bootcamp kicks off again May 4th. And then last but not least, if you love geeking out with me on camera, and Daryl's going to send photos when he gets of the portal. Yes, I'm just so excited it arrived. I got mine sitting right here. I don't want to pick it up because it'll knock stuff off my desk, but I have the exact same one that you have. I have sitting on my desk here. So the other thing, last but not least, tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific, 1, 2, 3, 4, I always have to count it out, 4 o'clock Eastern, is the video marketing show. And in that show, I'm going to be geeking out with you on all things video marketing related. So this is the What in the Ads is Going On show. I geek out with you on Facebook ads and online ads. And this side, we go deep. And then the video marketing show, I help you with your video marketing strategies. And that's happening tomorrow. So yes, Daryl, I'm really glad that you're here catching this live. What else? Did I cover everything else off? If you're just watching this right now, go back and watch the beginning of this. I had a recap at the very beginning of the not breaking news. I hate breaking news. The latest news, the buzz, the word on the street going around with Facebook related to Facebook getting rid of Facebook analytics and Facebook allowing users to turn off comments on posts. So there's more information at the beginning of this broadcast on that. Plus, if you're watching this right now as a live viewer, not as a replay viewer, there was this super secret code word that I gave at the very beginning of this broadcast. So if you didn't catch that, you're probably going to want to watch the beginning part of the replay for that. Cool. All right. I've been talking your ear off and geeking out on everything Facebook ads for the last little bit here. Recap, I hope that you understand that you're not alone, that Facebook, the back end of Facebook ads is a hot mess right now. There are a lot of different areas of it, and Facebook didn't make it very easy for us. They made a lot of these terms very similar to each other, like business manager versus business suite versus ads manager. Very confusing. So if you're trying to troubleshoot, if you're running into a problem with any of those and you're not using the correct language when you go to ask Facebook for help with their support, or if you're asking for help inside any of these Facebook groups, it can be very hard to help you diagnose the issue if we're not sure exactly where the source of it is coming from. So that's why I usually ask a lot of leading questions to narrow down to exactly where the issue is for you, so we can get that fixed and get you on your way. And last but not least, my menu screens don't necessarily look like your menu screens. There are several different versions of those menu screens. When I showed you Creator Studio, for example, totally different. There's a totally different version of Creator Studio out there. Looks similar. What it reports on, the metrics available, different. So, and other things, like if I'm in, depending on what country you're in, when I'm in Ads Manager and I want to sort by lifetime, the whole lifetime of the account, I see the word lifetime when I go to my date range. I can sort it by lifetime date range. Whereas other accounts, it's called maximum. So it doesn't call it a lifetime date range, it calls it a maximum. There are all these funny little things depending on what country you're in, what menu screen you have, what version you're on. There's a lot of different things out there. So I have the pleasure of being able to have my hands in and on and working with so many different accounts from so many different countries and helping people troubleshoot the most random of issues that occur in the behind the scenes of Facebook ads. The reason I did this broadcast today is because everything that I'm telling you right now is an extremely common, it's so common for people to get confused navigating through the back end of Facebook ads and don't feel. Sometimes business owners feel like silly or ashamed and think that they're not very tech savvy. Well, guess what? It's not you. It's not just you. It's everybody. It's the system itself is not very intuitive. It's fragmented. It's split. And not everybody is using the same version of everything. We're all over the map. So I just wanted to let you know it's okay. And once you understand that there are those different areas, it gets a lot easier for you to go, oh, what area am I in? How do I navigate back to where I want to be? And you'll be able to find your way around a lot easier if you know that it's like trying to get into, if there's 5 different houses you can be in and you're trying to follow instructions through, one house, but you realize you're at the wrong address. That's basically what's happening to a lot of business owners right now when you're trying to navigate through the entire Facebook ads system and network. Whew. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I love seeing you here live. I'm here every single week. I will be back live again tomorrow. So recap, if you want to take that real estate workshop, it's happening on April 13th. It's 4 hours long. If you are already a member of the Swift Kick in the Ads membership, which is only $49 a month, by the way, then you get that for free, and you get a whole bunch of other training and resources and open office hours every Monday where we have an open Zoom. You can jump on and get help screen sharing and troubleshooting your exact issues, as well as group support and 24/7 access to my brain. And then we have the Facebook Ads Bootcamp kicking off. If you're already in the bootcamp, you're already a lifetime member, you get the bootcamp with the membership. They go hand in hand. The bootcamp reruns again, teaching you Facebook ads in 4 weeks from the ground up, with week 1 learning how to create ads using Ads Manager. Week 2, learning how to do your audiences and targeting. Week 3, how to do your budgets and strategy. And week 4, reporting and optimizing. So if that's of any interest to you, consider signing up for Swift Kick in the Ads. And let me put that up there. Consider signing up for Swift Kick in the Ads, becoming a member. That gives you automatically, you can go to swiftkickintheads.com. That automatically gives you that real estate workshop plus so much more. Or you can just sign up for that real estate workshop, and if you can't make the workshop on that day, you can also just simply purchase the replays only at a much lower rate. So lots of options for everybody. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Been yapping for way too long here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for everyone who popped on and is watching this live. Thank you to all the replay viewers, and I will see you again next week. I am Amanda Robinson. I am the Digital Gal, and this show is What in the Ads is Going On. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.